There we go. All right, I'm back. I spent some time yesterday and downloaded some stuff and did some things. And now the game displays correctly on my monitor. The only problem is this is a very old game with very old UI elements. So I cannot move any of them anywhere on screen for anyone to see but myself, which is unfortunate. But it is what it is. So anyway, I played with a bunch of stuff last night and got a bunch of stuff set up. So now the game looks good again. This is how I remember it looking. Here I am. Why is the name not working? I turned it on before. It fixed the names. Oh no. Balls. Oh wait, no wait. I think I could do it with a command line in the game. What was it? What was it? What was it? Dang it, I can't find it. Man, it was all set up too. It was all perfect. I made sure it was perfect before I started it. It's because my fucking computer blue screened on me, isn't it? Oh, you little bitch. All right, I can fix this. I can fix it. It's just gonna take a second.
Much later.
Why isn't it? I don't understand why it's not working. There. Fixed it. There we go. Everything is right with the world. We're ready to rock and roll. I'm still coming to grips with how to ball. I didn't want to go out here because this is where I came in from the. All right, well, I guess Strew had to go. So before I end the stream, we'll travel from here, the Kingdom of Sandoria, the best starting city, to the Velcrum Dunes, the place you go, or at least you used to go, to find your first party to level in on the beach. Outside of a few, you know, you join a couple guys here and there, maybe if you found a good spot. But we're doing it the old way. No teleport shit. We're walking. Or we'll take a chocobo if we walk past one, you know. But I kind of want to walk because I have my puppet. It's a cool little guy. That guy has cool armor on. Puppet Master armor that I have is kind of, it's weird. All right, if I keep trying to keep mixing these up, I cannot fucking figure out this camera, man. It's fucking with me. Switch, we'll flip flop it. All right, maybe that's how I have my camera settings. I don't know. I'll figure it out eventually. Anyway, Kingdom of Sandoria on Puppet Master. I'll do it when I go outside. All right, West Ronfar. Ronfar? I don't know how to pronounce that word. There he is. There's my little buddy. He's a healer slash tank, right? Well, he's more of a tank than anything right now. But my automaton, his name is Klaxon or Klaxon. I don't know, however you want to pronounce it. Anyway, to the dunes. And I found a couple of add-ons through that launcher. One of them is this handy little mini map. One feature that was never in the game. All you had was the compass in the bottom left corner, which you also cannot see because it is way. I mean, I can barely see it. It's so far out of way. Starting zone, West Ronfar, man. This is where you first come out and start beating stuff up to get experience points, because that's all you had. There's no instance dungeons. There's no, you know. Well, okay, I lied. There are instance dungeons, but they're high-level things. They're separate. It's a different thing. Like low-level stuff, and at least the base game, that all stuff came all later. At least through the first few expansions, it was all. This is where you got your experience points. It was from mobs in the wild, and there were spots, you know, everybody knew the spots where if it was open, you could go find a party and level there for a few hours. The grind was real. You get like experience chain bonuses and stuff. And then Abyssia came out and you could level at the speed of light, man. I noticed in a few items they put restrictions on where the experience points count for like requirements. Like you have to gain experience points, but you have to do it outside the Abyss areas, which, you know, you could get the experience points you could get was insane. Like I used to go, this is what I would do. I'd need to level like a sub job, or I wanted to try a new job or something. You go to the RMTs, you give them like, it was like 500k or something at the time, and then you AFK. When you come back, you're safe, not in a party anymore, but you're max level. Or you got like, it depends how much time you wanted. Like an hour was 500k, 2 hours was 1 million or whatever, you know. So like sub job, you just pay him 500k for an hour and come out with, I don't have to play white mage, thank God. Whatever I do to not have to play healer, that's what I'm doing. I also figured out the auto run key yesterday, which was awesome. A little laggy all of a sudden. Didn't like that. That was weird. All right, we're almost out of the starting zone now. Every time I see a sheep, I just think of the Iron Mouse and Connor clip where they were playing Pokemon. They're fighting over the fucking sheep. Connor said he's Welsh, so he'll fuck the sheep. Which is, you know, it's a thing to say. All right, back to trusty Lithane Plateau. I have never used this zone for anything other than like a travel area. Like you travel through it, where you come to it to kill a specific. You come to it for a quest. It exists for no other reason than that. Like nobody levels here. Nobody does anything here. Ooh, look, there's a book thing. Is this one of the things I want? Is this a teleport thingy? That's not what I wanted. There's these book things. This the cavernous maw. This is how you get into the abyssy areas. You go in through those. They took a lot of the stuff from Final Fantasy 11 into Final Fantasy 14, man. They really did. But I mean, they brought it into Final Fantasy 11 from other shit too. There's a lot of callbacks in this game. All the puppet guys behind me. Like I had a thought, but then it's gone. Hey, look at this guy. All right. It's rare to see another one in the wild, man. This was like, nobody played Puppet Master back in the day. I was the only one, man. I was competing with myself for gear. It sucked. What sucked even worse is I was never allowed to go Puppet Master on anything because it's not that it was a bad DPS. It's just that every other job was way better. So I don't know what I'm talking about DPS for. I had to play Bard whenever we were doing fucking high level shit. I was the Bard bitch because I enjoyed Bard. So I always got to do that. It was a rare day when I got to fucking DPS in a raid. We must have been slumming it if I was DPSing, or it was an easy fight. I was always on Bard, or I was fourth party leader. Depending on which fight. Some fights you didn't need a fourth, like a support party on the side. I mean, I guess you didn't really need it anywhere, but it made it easier. Fighting some of that big shit, you'd have the support party drag mobs over to the tank so the DPS could fight the HNM, which is the notorious monster, the big monsters. There's no dungeons where you go in to fight the big boss in this game. The big bosses all just spawn in the wild and you have to claim them. You know, there are exceptions, but the majority of them are like that. You just have to be there at the right time and be the first one to hit it, you know. And if you didn't, well, then you got whatever the cooldown is. I forget why I was talking about that. Oh yeah, the HNM farming, because you would have your main parties, you were stripped down, 1 tank, 1 healer, 4 DPS. Maybe a support in each one. It depends. Maybe a support in each one. Like Red Mage could get away with buff in other parties, but Bard couldn't. You had to be in the same party. And then the support party would drag mobs in and tank them, so the DPS players would build their TP against the trash mobs and then weapon skill the big mob. That way they weren't just auto attacking the raid boss, giving it TP to use its abilities. You know, it was a whole scheme. I was fourth party leader a lot. On the one, like the Hydra is the one that comes to mind. That was the one that came in really handy. Oh, you can see the crag off in the distance. Look at that. Shit came out in 2002, man. Little sunset on the plateau. Come on. Crag in the distance. Man. I'm falling in love with this game all over again. Oh yeah, it's not on the map, but you can get through here. I forgot. I didn't forget. I'm running directly towards it. I know exactly what I'm doing. Muscle memory took over, I think. For the thousands of times I made this run. It's faster on a chocobo, and I have a mount, but I'm not doing it. We're kicking it old school. There was a point in my life where I apparently played this game for a significant amount, and I don't remember any of it. Like, the initial portion, I remember, obviously. But I have a whole shitload of, like, +2 gear, like, level 99 shit. I don't remember getting any of that stuff. Was I drunk? Probably. The answer is yes. But I don't remember where I got any of this shit. That it's either because I was hammered, but rest assured I was enjoying the hell out of myself at the time, or because I have memory loss problems. Not memory loss problems, just accessing memories problems. All right, almost to the end of the zone. When I ran yesterday, we went from Sandoria to Juneau, and it took exactly 30 minutes. I should do it again on a chocobo just to see what the time difference is. Now, yesterday we went, what is that, east. Today we're going south through Lethane Plateau. We're about to enter into the Valkyrie Dunes, so cover your eyes. If it's like noon, it's bright as shit. All right, not too bad. All right, so when you hit like level 9 or 10, you would make this journey, the long journey down to the Valkyrie Dunes. You would sneak past all these goblins. Hares don't aggro. I didn't know I could move this around. I mean, they're not gonna aggro me, but like rabbits don't aggro. That's a rabbit. That's Final Fantasy 11 rabbit. That little fella right there. And these are the Final Fantasy 11 goblins. Some of my favorites. I'll get the hang of this camera someday, I swear. Look at his little eyes. Look at his beady ass eyes. I love him. All right, so you're level 9 or 10. You make the long trek by yourself to the Valkyrie Dunes. And now when you're level 10, that goblin will kill you. That goblin will kill you dead. The hare, you'll probably be all right. Maybe, probably. You don't have to worry about it if you don't attack it. But anyway, you come here. You wind up in the Valkyrie Dunes. Now, we're gonna run to a spot, and if we see what I know sometimes is there, I'll shit. At least if you come from Sandoria, this is the way you come in. This is the way I experienced it. You open up into this, and you have your map to look at, which we can do while we're running. Like, we're up here in the top right. This is us, red dot right here. And so you open your map when you get here, if you have the map. Here's an outpost right here. Now there should be a book there, yeah. Now I don't know if I have this one, but we're gonna run for the outpost first. The dunes are fraught with danger. Mostly the goblins. Sheep won't aggro you. At least these ones don't, I don't think. Flies don't aggro you. All right, there's the outpost. Get the sheep. Oh, I killed it. Oh, you got a treasure chest. I'm not gonna open it. There's nothing in it that I want. We head over here. Little outpost. Survival guide. Is this the one I want? Yeah, there we go. Now I got it. I have that one unlocked. This must have been added after I played the last time. Cool. Now I can teleport out of the Valkyrie Dunes. Before we leave Valkyrie Dunes for the day, we can take a look at a couple of the areas here. Little tour of the Valkyrie Dunes. It's getting to be morning time now, so it's a little bit bright.
My eyes!
Now there's the boat and the crabs. Can you feel it, Mr. Krabs? Those little eyes. Weird crabs. Anyway, we go down to the beach. This is where the good leveling spots were. You had one at this end at the boat. I used to be able to climb the boat. Still can climb Das Boot. Come on. There you go. You used to be able to get up on the front, but there's the boat spot. And you'd kill crabs for experience points. What's this guy doing? He's in a hurry. Goblin was on a rush, man. Where are you guys going so fast? Oh, there's one of the fish. This is where you level at, man. Right here on the beach. The other leveling spot was over here, and there's this tunnel here. post up in these trees. You just go to places and you try to find spots where mobs didn't spawn, like just an empty spot, and then drag the full mobs back to you, which I assume, you know, is pretty par for the course for old school and knows. That's the destination for another day. And then here's your little tunnel. You can come back in here and rest. Bats are good experience. Oh, I could do a fancy puppet master weapon skill, a little hand-to-hand action. Yeah, attack it. I shouldn't have made him attack it. I was just gonna die even faster. Oh, I'm surprised I lived through those 2 hits. Fish got a lot of HP, man. You won't hit it there. See, that's what I was expecting. But you gotta do, like, you just gotta auto attack until you build TP, and then you can do a weapon skill. Now, if you're slick with it, like I used to be, you can just pop from target to target to target and never disengage, but I'm not slick with it anymore. These goblins are little fucking speedy boys, man. Get back here. Get back here. Punch. Oh, it's almost noon. I gotta turn the auto lock on off. That's why it zooms the camera in like this. Fucks up my fucking shit. Controls on this game are very interesting. Get back over here. I don't have any ranged attacks or anything to hit him with. Man, why is he so fast? I should have looked at how much TP I have. We pop our map open. We're down here. Siren Sands. Whitebone Sands are the same. They just don't have boats. There's no boat there. All right, and then we can go this way. This is the alternate entrance to Valkyrie Dunes. You come from Windhurst, if I'm not mistaken. This Bastock goes to the other one. Bastock, you got to take the, or no, this one leads to Bastock, and to get to the other one, you got to take the boat. But we can go take a look over at this other side here. I'm so happy that there's people here running around, man. It makes my heart full that this game that I loved so much is still alive and kicking, man. This was another farm spot right here where this gap in this rock is. Right where that person's running. There's a bunch of people here, man. This is awesome. You could either go between this rock right here. This was a good spot. Or up over here on that other end on the far side is a good spot. Now, the only problem was you had to wait for the mobs to respawn. So if the place was packed, sorry, bro, you're not getting any XP that day, man. You gotta sit around and wait and hope somebody opens up. But we'll have another little surprise up here to go and see. A nice little tunnel. You used to come in here and fight lizards. Did worms spawn in here? I don't remember if worms spawn in here or not. But come in here and you fight lizards. And on the other side of the tunnel, this was another good spot at this end of the tunnel. Right here, because you could run inside and hide if the goblin saw you. Or over on the left, back over there. Inside, you could hide up there. It was just out of range, all the enemy spawns. And then there's a little area. And if you were really smoking, you wouldn't have to pull mobs. You would just run as a group from one to the next. And just beat them down and go. We are now, I don't even know if you can see that. Far bottom, right behind my eye. Far bottom right side. There's two more places. Well, there's one more place we can check out. I don't want to go all the way up to the other corner. A zone that we can find another way that's more interesting. Because a lot of these zones do connect. They just don't really let you know that they connect, you know? The maps aren't fantastic. The dots on the map that are on there are not. Those are from an add-on. From the game being updated. Those are new. That was never there. Oh yeah, there are bats in here too. Oh, those little targets must be doing what I said. They must be trucking through the tunnel and killing stuff. Because none of this shit was here a minute ago. This side wasn't as good of a spot as the other side. This was like the backup spot right here. And you'd pull out of the tunnel. Because then otherwise you'd have to come over here where the rocks are. And pull out of that area over there. Some areas were big enough to support multiple parties and some weren't. Sometimes you got lucky and you were the only ones there, man. Oh, the levels were good on that day. And sometimes you'd stand around for hours and never find a party. Just fucking LFG flag flying high in the air. Okay, now we cross back over the dunes. Oh, I wondered why it wasn't doing anything because I had the menu open. You head over here, this way. It took a while to get places, and I mean, like, even now you can teleport here, but that's all you can do. You can't teleport around the zone. I don't want to believe it's just the nostalgia, but I'm having a great time. I spent so many days here. We're gonna go check one more spot. There's people here, so there's no shot it'll be there. You know, 99% of gamblers quit right before they win it. They hit it big. I remember back in the day, it was so bad with the RMTs and the botting that they changed the item that dropped because it was causing such an issue. I have no idea what server I'm on, man. It's a good question, Shadow. It was the Ifrit server when I first joined the game, but then I got dumped into this one a long time ago, and I've been dumped into more than one? I don't know. It's been a while since I played the game. Well, you know, maybe there's a placeholder up. I'm not gonna wait around anyway. There's a mob that spawns here, the Emperor, that used to have one of the most sought after items in the entire game. I mean, I assume it's still probably pretty good for low level shit, right? The plus 10 evasion. Is it evasion or accuracy? It's been a long time. Sometimes you get a party right outside Selbina here. Once in a while, it worked out. Not always, though. It was a tough spot. How do I see which server I'm on? Oh, I'm in town. Nope, not what I wanted to do. Apparently I am on the Odin server, I guess. It's literally everybody's rank 10 level 99. Man, there was a point in time, I wish I could move this UI around. This monitor is just too big. There was a point in time, man, if you had rank 10 in all 3 starting cities, you were the fucking hot shit. People were like, whoa, look at that guy. There's no books here, is there? I know there's a waypoint. Home point, sorry, not waypoints, they're home points. Of course there's not a book here, there's just a book out in the dunes. I'm an idiot. But that was my trip from Sandor. Thanks for checking out the stream, by the way, Shadow. I bought this game for the PlayStation 2 on the midnight release when it came out in the US. And I played for, I'm embarrassed of my playtime. And then, you know, I moved on, had a life outside of shit. And then a few years ago, I apparently played for a while, but I was, you know, going through some things, and I don't really remember doing any of that stuff. And I just learned the other day that servers are still up and kicking, and there's over 250,000 people playing the game still. So I was immediately like, I'm in. I'm jumping back in face first. Let's go. So I've just been running around being nostalgic and exploring for a little bit at the end of the stream until I get my groove back. Thanks for the follow too, by the way. I really appreciate that. I might have said that already. I have really bad ADHD. Sorry. Yeah, I didn't know that it was. Like, I knew it was never down, but I didn't know that there were still that many people playing it. You know, so I was like, you know, this is the game that I've spent most of my life involved in, and fuck it, dude, I got nothing else going on in my life, might as well. I don't even remember how to get on the fucking boat. It's been so long. So I'm gonna hop on the boat to Maura. I don't know how to pronounce any of these words. There was no audio in this game. So you just had to guess at how to say stuff, you know. That must be when I got dumped onto the Odin server, because I was originally on the Ifrit. So when they shut down the PS2 Xbox stuff, I must have gotten dumped onto here. That's how that happened. At least I assume. But I always rattle off to my friends about how much I love this game and how amazing it was, and they're just like, yeah, okay, buddy. But now it looks like amazing, and I'm just so happy. And I talked to a buddy of mine, and I talked to my editor, my YouTube editor, about making just a short video series, just exploring the game, because I think it'd be fun. I mean, I've only been doing this for like a couple of months, but I figure, fuck it, man, that sounds interesting to me. I remember this part of the game, the hurry up and wait part. I know you can teleport everywhere now, but I'm being all fucking nostalgic about it. Plus, I don't have most of the teleports. So I'm kind of exploring the world day by day, and I do have trusts, yes. I don't remember what happened exactly the last time I played this for, I think it was probably for a month or two, but I got a lot of shit done, I guess. Like I have all this, once again, can't see it because the UI is so insane. Like my freaking gear's way over here, but I have all like my, it's like +2 gauntlet shit, like all my gears, like 90, you know, for end game gear and stuff. So I spent a lot of time doing something. It's not like crazy, but it's, you know, +2 gloves and pants and shit. I just played, and I had some trials and tribulations today. My game crashed 3 times, my computer crashed once. I was playing Warhammer 40K, Space Marine 2, and I was like, I'm just gonna go relax, run around for a little while. And then once I stop to end the stream here in a little bit, then I'll go, you know, do the grindy part. Well, it's true, you are here. You never gave me a destination, so I just started walking and wound up waiting for the boat. It'll be here in 10 minutes. Well, probably 9 minutes now. Like evening time, you know, lights coming on. You can just hang out, enjoy the ambiance of Selbina. That's the town we're in. Still, last time I played this game was on a controller, so I'm still getting used to the. Just have a little seat. We'll wait for the boat. Fast forward this part in the edit, it's true. All right, or don't. I don't care. Upload the whole thing unedited. How long until the boat's here? It's now arriving. Where? Oh, there it is. There's the boat. Now it does this super cool trick where it comes over and then it just floats over sideways. You know, you got Sid, the master engineer. All right, now we board the ship and now we wait like 5 minutes for the ship to depart. Sit down all casual like. The emotes were not, you know, very emotive. They're not nearly like Final Fantasy 14. In fact, I don't know if you were here last time, yesterday's true, when I was talking about the emotes, but like the dance emote, there's no dance. You don't dance. It just says that you dance in the chat box. You don't actually do a dance. I love it. I wonder if I have anything for sale at the auction house. Maybe I got some free money laying around. I never check. No wonder I had so many hours in this game. But like, I'm totally not mad about it at all. I'm more than content to sit here and wait for the boat to leave because, I mean, if you want to ride the boat, that's what you got to do. But I know it's not exactly very exciting to watch. I'm doing my best to yap here to fill time, but I'm only one guy. Did you ever find a location, Strew? Or did you, if you didn't bother looking, then just say it. I'm not mad about it. Don't go out of your way. If you don't want to do it, I don't care. I was just curious if you did look something up what you came up with. I was curious to hear. Because I'm sure there's zones that I used to spend a whole bunch of time in that I don't even remember right now. Like once we go to Altau, we just called it C, FCEA, C, because it looks like you're in the water. Once we go there, I think you'll get a real kick out of that. That blew my hair back first time I ever went to that place. And that was after, Shadow, if you're still there, the Alpha and Omega, or the Omega and Ultima fight, when that first came out for Chains of Promathia, holy shit. That was the hardest boss fight I'd done ever in this game, by a long shot. That thing was a nightmare when it first released. Because you had to fight them both back to back on an airship, no break. And they were both real dicks. Yes, Norg is a location. Do you know what's in Norg? Because if you don't know what's in Norg, we're going to extend. Oh, that's the way out. I was the wrong way. And we're going to go to Norg. Ooh. Nah. Maybe we'll save Norg for tomorrow. Norg's a little out of the way from where I am. That'll be the whole separate journey. Okay, I actually, you know what? I like that. We'll go to Norg tomorrow. All right, but we're on the ship right now, and we can go out on the deck as we travel across the ocean from Selbina, way back there, to Mara, way over there. And sometimes enemies spawn, like that guy. Look at the Phantom. Look, I love you. Look at their dopey face looking thing. It's got like saggy titty eyeballs. All right. Well, it's true. You may be a tad clairvoyant. You'll understand what I mean. But I'm excited to go to Norg now. That'd be fun. We can go bother the captain. JK, he loves me. Hang out in the captain's cabin. Should be there in about 5 hours. That's what the captain said. Be about 5 hours before we get there. All right, let's go see if we can find some friends outside. Maybe we'll get to see. Back in the day, this was the fastest way to get from one side to the other. Otherwise, you had to walk, and it took like an hour. So back in the day, as a little youngling, most of the enemies on here aren't much of a threat. But every once in a while, there was one. It would spawn. It was a level 75 mob. And you had to hope that there was some guy slumming it on the ship with you that could kill it. Oh. Well, since we're going to Mara right now, we'll just continue past all the way to the next starting city. This will be the trip from, actually you can split it up into two, from Sandoria to Selbina and the Valkyrie Dunes, where I explored all the dunes. And then we took the boat to Mara, and then we're going to explore over into Windurst. But it's going to be another few minutes before the boat gets there. Like, I'm not going to get killed by anything on this boat, but like some low level people would. Actually, while we're waiting, isn't there any music here? The music ran out. Just hear the sounds of the ocean. Let's turn that up. Speaking of sounds of the ocean, I really gotta pee. I'll be right back. 2 seconds.